Okie doke. I decided to jump on early. I'm on early just because I'm excited to watch the 101 Mystery or Mystery 101. It is a new one. It's number 7. And I am a big Jill and Chris fan. And those of you that might be fans too, in New Jersey, they have Christmas Con, Hallmark Christmas Con, and they will be there. So I'm excited to see them. So before I actually get started, I'm going to wait for I'm doing per shout out predictions, and then I'm also doing a wish list. And before I do that, though, I wanted to say hi and thank you to all these amazing people that are just commenting all the time. And I feel honored. So I mean, if I miss you, I don't want to hurt anybody. I work with children, so I know how that feels. They get slighted easily, and I don't want to slight anyone. But I also am having trouble figuring out where my camera is today and where to look. If I look cross-eyed, I apologize. But anyway, I wanted to say thank you to several people. Before I say that, though, if I don't mention you this time, I hope to get you in another round. I look at every single comment. There are so many. I wish I had somebody who could go through them for me because sometimes there's crazy spam stuff that gets on there and has to come off. Oh, let's see. Before I get started, let's say Linda's here and Christina is here and Emmy is here and Susan is here. Well, hello. Hi. I'm glad you're here. Okay. So let me say some thank yous. So Alice, now Alice, I have Campiones in my family, and I'm not sure if we pronounce it as Campione or Champion. I'm not sure, but you always have beautiful, kind words for me, and they pick me up, and I thank you for that. And Deborah Putnam and Joan Jones and Laura S. Thank you because you always are here chatting with me and day after day or every time I post. And I love it because Joan Jones said she binge watched all my videos that she missed. Thank you. That's dedication. Thank you. And Sarah Kelly, she's always stopping by with kind words and questions and ideas and great comments, and I appreciate them. And Sharon B. I love this one because this is what Sharon B said. She said she wants Chris to surprise me. I'm sorry, I'm looking down, but I have like lots of notes. She wants Chris to surprise me and cook with me. And I thought, if you could just send that out into the universe, I would love that myself. And Arlene she always is chatting with me and she has these great ideas. I'm not sure if I'm sharing any of Arlene's ideas today, but eventually I will because she has good comments. Linda Gordon. So she's kind of new to my channel and she was like, we are going to be, she didn't say soul sisters, but something to that effect, which was cute. And she liked, I guess, the when I did the analysis with and the predictions with the book. So, Linda, I'm happy that you were here. So those are all my hellos, and I'm going to get started because I am on a time crunch here because I do want to allow other people to stop if they're here and go watch 101. I don't want you to record it because it's good when we watch it live because it's good for their ratings. And then when I'm done, if there's any comments, I will address those. So I had put up the book. I'm starting with the predictions. And before I get to the book lover one, I'll do the Rosemary. My most recent was Rosemary and Lee. And then, of course, Clara and Jesse were in there. And I say the word there a lot. And people are talking about my accent, which I think is hilarious because I don't think I have an accent, but I guess we all do. But anyway, I'm saying that word a lot. I'm catching it, which is good because I hope I don't say it too much in class. I'm going to have to like redirect that. But anyway, Rosemary and Lee, I digress like I always do. With Clara and Jesse, I had some predictions. And from my predictions, Sharon Norton, she shared this. She predicts that Clara and Jesse will still need to grow as a couple and there will not be a baby yet. Because I was thinking if anybody would be next, if anyone would be next to having a baby, it would be them. Wouldn't they be up next in line? But she's right. They're still young. They're still growing. And so she's like, no, not yet. And she also had something interesting to say. She said she thinks Lee is going to be mayor. She agrees with me on that prediction. But she's also thinking that he'll get to be in his mayoral office and maybe there's a room we haven't seen and it'll be a bigger room, and that is where Rosemary can actually have her newspaper room instead of trying to jam it over at the mill office because that's like too tight. So I like that idea. I thought, oh, that's good. And then connected also to this prediction was Miriam K. She is, and I like this. She's wondering if when Rosemary fell off her horse, and I don't know which episode it was towards the end, but when Rosemary fell off her horse in season 8, if maybe that would be recurring and something would come out of it, that's basically what she said. But it made me think, and I was thinking, maybe it's like a continuing pain and she keeps having to get checked. And every time she's getting checked, maybe she needs some kind of operation or they use some upgraded technology. Maybe Carson has it, because he's back in the States learning, and that could be his way to come back. I don't know. And then maybe they can discover what it is or the reason why she can't have babies. And that might, cure her or maybe make us know for a fact that she can't, which would lead her on to adopt. So I went down a rabbit hole. I listened to what Miriam had to say, and then my brain went there. So I don't know. I connected it even with Carson and Faith working together again. I thought that was cool. What else? Okay, I'm flipping over. So then the book lovers analysis I did with predictions, showing the thread about how all the way from season 6 to season 8, how there was like a book theme running through it, and that is what connected Elizabeth and Lucas. And Irene J, she predicts from that Lucas will escort Elizabeth on another road trip, like when they went to Union City back in season 7, and to a place that offers, she's thinking that they'll go to a place that offers some type of certification for Elizabeth to teach the blind. That would be a cool way for them to get out. Okay. And what else? Linda Gordon, she loved the book theme, and she thinks it will continue even into season 9. And then let's see, there was a really cool one. I'm forgetting who said it. I'm trying to see if I could find it. Someone had suggested that, or thought it would. Oh, that's from the wish list. I'm going to wait for that. Now, I don't want to hack up this name because it's K Jojoman. K Jojoman. I think that's what it is. So she was sharing a perspective, not on one of the prediction videos, but the video about the Delish one, where it was the scene with Rosemary and the family and them eating the tenderloin with the mushroom sauce. And she was talking about how the mushrooms had a symbolism to them. And I was like, oh, I love this. So she said that she was working it off of, I had thought in my mind, this was just a fantasy of mine, that neither Lucas or Elizabeth like mushrooms, but when they were in Union City and they were having that delicious meal, they liked the mushrooms and they made a comment about it. And I was thinking, Lucas is very sentimental, so he would have brought it back and asked for Gustav to put it on the menu. And, Gustav's all about romance. So he did. And then from that, this is what she took from it. She was thinking that when things were breaking down or appeared to be breaking down between Lucas and Elizabeth, he would forget to order the mushrooms, Lucas. And then when she told him that she told Nathan she couldn't give him what he wanted and she didn't want a relationship with him, he got all excited and he remembered to order the mushrooms. And she was saying that it was a symbol because she chose, they were surprised that they like mushrooms. So it was the unexpected. So she chose Lucas as the unexpected instead of the expected choice, which would have been Nathan. So I was like, oh, look at her and her symbolism. I'm loving it. I wonder if the writers pay attention to any of these things. Who knows? Okay, before I move on to wish lists, so I got to watch the time. I even set a little timer there for me. Oh, we're good. I was going to look at some of the things that you say here. Hi Clarence, love this show and the fans. Hope Carson and Faith will reunite. I do too. I know that the actor Paul is doing a lot of things. He's right now, he might be back. He was down in the South and he was singing in a concert. So I'm wondering when that is all finished and then he has to quarantine for 2 weeks. And then I'm thinking he'll just come in later. I know he is coming back. It's not that he'll be in every single episode. I hope they reunite too. I thought if the very same thing, I think Carson will come back with some ideas to help Lee and Rosemary conceive. Me too, Linda. I love that. I thought of the very same thing with Lee and Rosemary. Okay. Good evening, Roxanne. Hi, Laura S. I think I shared something with you, and I'm trying to go back up if I'm missing anyone's. I have a new streamer, so I'm trying to navigate it. Oh, someone's saying that's me and hi. Okay. Love your voice and you for doing this for us. Oh, well, I love it too. I love that you show up. Your accent adds to your cuteness. Okay. Oh, so you're Clarence, you're from Syracuse, New York. Okay. I'm from South Jersey in Iowa. Hi. I didn't know if anyone had any questions. Love your show. You're so entertaining. Thank you. You know what? I know I talk a lot about being a teacher because it is like that's what God's gift was for me to do, was to teach. I knew that. And I remember there's a scene in the very beginning where Elizabeth says that. She says that that was her calling. And then uh Jack says, just like you were called to teach, I was called to serve. And I'm like, every time I would watch that or hear that, that's me. I was definitely called to be a teacher and to be a good teacher for my fifth graders that I have currently. You have to be a bit of an entertainer. Hey, Fiona and the guys that's in love with her, do you think they'll get together or Bill and Molly? Oh, okay. So let's see. That the guy who is in love with her, he does have a big crush. That would be Mike, right? Hickam. And I do know that they're going to be working together a lot because there's something with that whole pipeline going on. That's just my opinion. I don't know what everyone else feels. I'm not sure if they'll be, I don't know if they'll be more like brother and sister or if they really will be a couple. Who knows? But when they were showing the behind the scenes shots, um, Peter was showing them because they were all melty and hot because they're having a heat wave. You could see the two of them under umbrella together. So they are definitely spending time together. And Bill and Molly, I don't know. I would love that. That would be cute. She needs a good storyline. I love the storyline from season 1 with her little girl who wouldn't speak. We really haven't seen much of Molly in depth since then. I don't know how anyone else feels. Mm. Hoping Nathan finds a new love. I think he will, but not right away. I remember from an interview where they have some plans for him to go on some kind of adventures. All right. Okay. So I'm going to move on now to the wish list. And if you have a wish list, share it. Share it in the comments. What do you want to see? You want to see Bill in love. Okay, Linda. So do I. He cracks me up. I feel like he has the best one lines. And some of the things he says makes me laugh, like his reactions to people. I remember Allie asking him about being a judge. How is it fun or is it does he like it? And he goes, it beats a poke in the eye. I'm like, who makes up these lines for him? Maybe Nathan's new love will be the person being guarded by the Pinkertons in the cabin. Oh, I love Molly and Bill as a couple. I agree. I do too. I think that's going to be fun because she could be spicy and he needs somebody spicy. Okay. Thank you for answering my questions. You're welcome. Okay. So I'm going to take my eye off of the chat, but that doesn't mean you can't just, put more things in there and then I'll come back. So these are wish lists. So there is this fan that I stumbled upon. She was a very much so wanted Nathan to win Elizabeth's heart, and she herself was heartbroken when it didn't happen. But she has this really cool Instagram accounts. She just recently combined them, and it's Missy MISSYL Hardy now, and she does all kinds of photo edits. She even said she was taking some classes to do it because it was a great hobby and pastime for her. And she shared her wish list with me. So these are some of the things that she wishes for season 9. She wants to see Nathan move on and find happiness and love with someone new to the show. And I'm in agreement with her. I feel like it should be someone new to the show, but if it were to be someone and everybody's like, they're a couple in real life, I don't care that they're a couple in real life. I would love it to be Fiona because Fiona would hold her own. And I still keep wondering, there's that moment in the church, if anybody remembers, where Allie asked for Fiona to help her with her hair, and she would because she does hair. But the comment was when she noticed the way it looked like a dropper loop, I think she said, the way it was done by Uncle Nathan, that it was a fishing term. And she's like, you know about fishing? And there was that little spark between the two of them. And that could just be that they'll have a good friendship. going forward. And they're kind of alike. But I would love that to be Nathan, someone like that. That would be Nathan's new love. But who knows? I'm not in charge of that, am I? Okay. So also, Missy L. Hardy, she wants Allie to be happy and to repair her rift with Mrs. Thornton, and that is so true. I truly think that that's going to happen because that's like the Hope Valley way. And she actually wants to see Lucas interacting with baby Jack. And we know that that didn't happen due to COVID, but they heard it loud and clear, the writers and the producers. They've been talking about it and the actors. So I'm sure we're going to see that. And if we don't, that would be just plain old weird. And she thinks that maybe not at first Nathan and Lucas would be best friends, but she does want to see that they grow into a friendship. And then she gave 3 pleases. Please, 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 a family somehow, some way for the Coulters. And I agree, but I truly don't think, and this is just my opinion, it will happen now in season 9. Rather, if anything else, maybe a cliffhanger at the very end, something that will lead us into 10. And I predict there will be a season 10. I predict 9 is going to be great. And anyway, she's really cool. Again, not website, fan pages on Instagram. I think she might be on Twitter too. I am so bad at Twitter, but I am on Instagram. So Linda Blackford, this was cool. This wish. This was her wish. She wished that Lucas and Elizabeth would write a book together. I was like, oh, that would be fun. And maybe like write it from, he'd do the male perspective, she'd do the female perspective kind of thing. And I thought, well, that would be a cool project for the two of them. And then Sarah Kelly says she would like to see, because this came out of my Lee and Rosemary predictions. She would like to see Lee and Rosemary go on a double date with Elizabeth and Lucas. And in that prediction video, I had said that I thought they might lose their romance, Lee and Rosemary, because they're so preoccupied with fulfilling themselves with their careers that maybe Lucas and Elizabeth, or even Clara and Jesse, who always get help from them, could also like now help them become a little more romantic. Let's see. Oh, Arlene Jones, or Aaron Jones, Aryn, says wants lots and lots of Elizabeth and Lucas to have a lot of PDA, like public displays of affection. And I so agree. What else? Back here, I know I'm looking down a lot. I'm sorry. So Rosie, okay, so Rosie is on, she's on our fan page for Lucas and Elizabeth. She does little chats. When I participated in a chat with her last week, and she's Team Lucas fan on Twitter. And her wish list is funny. She was talking about something very dramatic. She loves the rain, and she doesn't want the first time that Elizabeth and Lucas are together in her house, she doesn't want it to be like he was in her house, or it was just like, you know how sometimes they do those memories of things that already happened, like a flashback. She wants it to be dramatic, like some big rainstorm, and they have to run inside the house. So she's funny. She said she would like that. And I thought that was cute. So we have Lossie Scott. So she was very upset with my Nathan predictions. And she has a wish list. And her wish list was that Lucas and baby Jack build a relationship in this season, which I think we all want. And she also has a wish that Nathan be kept from Elizabeth and Lucas, because these are her words, that ship sailed. And she doesn't want to see a friendship with them. So that's her wish. And now everybody's wishes for a Christmas episode. Don't you think we need a Christmas episode? I don't know if we're getting it though. All right, I'm going to come back and look at your things right here. Okay, so everyone wants a Christmas episode. And then here's my wish list. It's kind of simple. 1, I want a dog. And if you were in a chat with me, you saw this. I think Lucas, the actor Chris McNally, is a dog lover. He probably would work very well with a dog actor. I want a dog to be in the storyline. Lucas would take care of the dog, not Elizabeth, because she's a single mom and she can't do that. Lucas has more, can get around more. And then that dog will somehow, get him to build a relationship with little Jack, because like he said, every little boy needs a dog. I want a dog on the show. And oh, maybe his dogs, maybe. Okay. And then I also want to see Lucas cook dinner for Elizabeth. I think that would be romantic and kind of neat because, she's not the best in the kitchen. She has gotten better, but I want to see him maybe cooking up a meal and trying to do something nice for her because she's tired from teaching and her mom stuff. I don't know. I thought that would be cool. And I absolutely want this, and it would be a mistake in my mind if they don't do this. Kevin McGarry, who, Nathan, has a fantastic voice. I wish they had like some way somehow that he could sing. Maybe it's a talent show with him and with him and Allie, or somehow some way he sings. I think it would bring like a softer romantic side to him because he's kind of goofy, and we need to get him to mature. And I'm thinking he sings beautifully. That would melt some ladies' hearts. So he needs to sing on this next season. And I have one more thing, and a lot of you do too. What in the world is in that box that Lucas gave to Allie? Like, what's inside? I want to know. And they better not just brush it off. Somehow we have to figure that one out. All right. I know I talk a mile a minute. I call it my South Jersey talk. And I want to see, I'm just looking at the time. Okay, we're good on time. I want to see all your things over here. All right. So I see people are liking the dog idea. I think Chris McNally has suggested a dog. Okay, well, good. That would be great. Maybe him and Fiona sing. Oh, well, Fiona has a gorgeous voice. I mean, the actress Kayla, she has gorgeous voice, and they do have been singing together in their real life. So that would be cool. He could sing at at Lucas and Elizabeth's wedding. I don't think that's happening, but one day he could. Oh, one of them said they'd like it to be a music. Oh, a musical. That would be cool. Maybe have a Christmas musical. Oh, I love that, Emmy. You should somehow we should get that to them. We should campaign for that. And if they can't do it this year, maybe next year. All right, I'm looking up. Yes, you're all wanting Christmas. I would love it if Abigail came back. I think a lot of us would like it. I know some people get mad, but I loved her character and it was a really important part of the show. And I know that the actors and actresses are very close to her and they would love her back. And I also know that Brian Bird, because I heard this with my own ears, he was talking, he would love for Lori to come back. And he said he wants it, but there, like I had said before, maybe I'm repeating myself and you heard this, but he said it was out of his hands. And the way he said it was with Dr. Green on his podcast, made it sound like it was more like a government issue, something to do with the higher ups and maybe even higher ups in Hallmark Crown Media. So, I mean, everybody else is on board. So who knows? Maybe one day. Let's see. Okay. I hope that public pressure will not water down the courtship of Elizabeth and Lucas in season 9. You know what, Linda? Public nothing. It is a small group of people who, I mean, I'm sure there were many people, like half wanted Nathan, half wanted Lucas in my mind. But and those that didn't get their way, they're just a small little very loud, mean vocal group. And I don't think that it'll water it down at all. I think it's going to be full steam ahead. Would love to see Abigail and Cody. I agree with you. Do you think Cody will come back with Henry? I don't know. I know we all saw those behind the scenes. Actually, it was the Jamestown set that posted Robert, and I'm going to say their characters' names, Robert and Cody on there. They still are friends and they still hang out. And that would be nice if he did come back for a little bit with Henry. And you know what? That is one of my predictions that already came true or correct. I predicted Henry would be back and he was. So, hey, I got one right. Florence and Ned see more of their family. Yes, Katie. I want Katie to come back. Katie was on Mystery 101, the very first episode, the pilot, and she played a bratty girl. And I would love for the character of Katie to come back and help Elizabeth out. And they're wonderful. And I don't even remember who. I would have to go back and look. But there are wonderful predictions about her helping Elizabeth and if the school grows, even though it might not grow, as large as some people are suggesting, like that Weinman guy, but maybe would grow somehow. Okay, I have some new things. I think Pascal suggested the musical. She would. That's kind of her personality. What about another pregnancy on the show? So I talked about that, Laura S, about Clara and Jesse. In my mind, it would be the next couple. I don't think it definitely will be, of course, this season because of COVID, but we are due for someone to have a baby. You are correct. I think Abigail will hurt Rosemary and Elizabeth's friendship. Really, Christina, like, do you remember when they first started to develop their friendship? And it was the three of them, and they helped bring baby Jack into the world. I thought that was hilarious because Rosemary was running around and didn't know what to do, and it was all of Abigail who was directing her, and it was cute. That was a cute episode. I thought it was a bonding episode. Yes, you tell them. Okay. What about another pregnancy? I think Pascal suggested it. Christmas musical. I'm just looking to see if I missed anything. Yes, you want the dog. Going through. Linda, you're all over here with suggestions. Okay, this is Lydia. Do you think Cody will come back? I already answered that. Yes. More bonding with little Jack. You agree that you don't think Hallmark would let them? Yeah. Love will be the person guard. I love that. Deborah, I'm looking way back up to the when you first got on, and you're saying that you think the new love will be the person being guarded by the Pinkertons in the cabin. That's quite interesting. I saw the behind the scenes. I don't know who saw it, a behind the scenes picture of Lucas, and everybody so wanted it to be Elizabeth next to Lucas, but it was this big burly man, and you got that mask on, and we couldn't really see who he was. And and someone's like, I hope that's not his dad, that his dad can't look like that. I don't think it's his dad, but it could be someone that has to do with like the pipeline. Don't forget, we don't even know if it's a man either. We don't know who Fiona's not benefactor, but someone investor is, right? With who, and so we haven't found out who that is. It could be a man, it could be a woman. So it could be that. Did he sell the saloon? I don't think he did. And I'm going to do a prediction thing about that, Susan, like about all of the buildings and things like that. But if you saw the behind the scenes picture, he's still involved, and he was up on the first shot we actually got to see him. He was up on his balcony. So I mean, I don't know if that means anything, but okay. Did he sell the saloon? Will E have a book tour with Lucas? I don't know. I talked a lot about that, and I think that she will. But if you remember, if I went back, you remember correctly, it's going to take a whole year for it to be published. So maybe the book tour won't start yet until the end. But definitely, I think they'll do something in the library in the town. There are people who have been sharing that. They think that too. Do you think we will meet Lucas's dad? I really do. I do. I don't know who the actor is going to be, but I do. You think something, Carrie's going to happen with expanding the school? Maybe, but not as big as it. Not like they're going to lose the Jack Thornton school. I think it's going to be sort of like what happened with the railroad, where they could have expanded the town, but not as much. Something's going to happen. I don't think it's going to be that much. What about them singing at a church service? Yes, that would be beautiful. That would be easy. We don't need a talent show. I think that would be nice. And we are going to see more of the church services now that we have Joseph. And we haven't seen a church service in a while. I remember when the last time we kind of did was when Allie was mad at Nathan for her grandfather, and she ran away to live with Elizabeth, and the Coulters took her to church. So maybe we'll see more of that. What else? Do you think we'll meet Lucas's dad? I would like Lucas to meet E's parents, and I think they will. And someone had said that they thought that they would be connected in some way. They're going to find out that their paths have crossed. Maybe the sister, her older sister, I think, knows the parents or him or something like that. And I thought that's logical. They might travel in the same circles and didn't realize it. I think scenes with Jack this season will be fun. He's much bigger and might be unpredictable. This is true. I agree. All right, I'm swallowing. Before I go, because it's getting close to the time frame when I wanted to go, I wanted to say, of course, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. This is like the highlight of my night. I love it. If you haven't seen 101, Mystery 101, it's like my favorite mystery series, and it's coming on a new episode. So that's why I'm a bit. Oh, Laura S, hold that thought. But did you see the great new merchandise that's in the Edify store? That's the official store for all merchandise. They have these really cool like wooden spoons and cutting boards, and they also have a new cookbook coming out with all the Hardys. You're allowed to like give them some recipes. They have some really cool stuff, and the socks are there with the faces on them. I wanted to mention that in case you haven't seen it. Okay, let's finish up with these last things. I think scenes. Okay, we said that. Is Lucas an only child? Well, Laura S, I want to say, and I'm giving away one of my biggest prediction videos, but I'm going to say this. I want to say yes. And the reason why I want to say yes is because there's a lot of information and hints in the back. And when I say he's an only child, now someone thought possibly there was a death. Maybe that's why his mother was so cold. Maybe there was a loss of a child along the way. But I have a different theory on that. But I do think he's an only child. I think Nathan with E's sister would be funny. Oh, oh my gosh. Yes, Christina. That would be great. I'm so happy to have caught you live. So much fun. Thank you, Susan. Clarence, I got booted off for a minute. Okay. I don't know what you missed, Clarence. Do you think Nathan's parents will show up? Well, we've already met Nathan's dad, right? And I think it would be cool if we met him again. I love that actor. He's a really good actor. I don't know. I remember they were saying he said his mom was too elderly to take. Oh, that's my alarm saying I have to get off. Um, his mom was too elderly to take care of Allie. Do you remember him saying that? But then when I met the dad, I was like, he's not that elderly. So I don't know. I think it would be nice if we did. Great new merchandise orders. Ordered some today. So did I, Deborah. I ordered because in my cooking video, I've got to have that spoon. I got to use it. Okay, who fell? Susan said he fell. He is in bad health. Okay. All right. Okay. Great new merch. All righty. Nathan's dad. The actor? The actor actually fell? Hmm. All right. Susan, Nathan's dad. Okay. Do you mean the character Nathan's dad, the actor? Oh, really? Oh, I'm gonna have to look it up. Love and hugs. I will go watch. Okay, Clarence. All right, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. This is like so exciting for me. And love and hugs. I will go watch. Okay. All right. I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to end the broadcast, and this it'll record and you could come back and make comments if you want on my actual channel. Okay, bye. Loved it. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Christina. Bye. Good night. Bye, Emmy. Bye, Deborah. Okay. That fuzz in my mouth.